focused.
And
That's the
we're
way to put
going
it.
live.
Woo.
All right.
Well, we were live, apparently. Everyone can hear us. Hello! I must have hit the mute button by accident. Nice.
Good vibes for a finale, don't you think?
Yes! Hi, everyone. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Welcome to our Season 1 finale of Black Flag, our Rapscallion campaign. Today, I'll be playing Nathaniel Ashworth, the swashbuckler and all-around nice guy. Before we delve into the game, I would just like to thank all of our sponsors here at Wandering DM, starting with Mage Press, makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. Check them out at store.mageandpress.com, and keep an eye out. They're going to have a Kickstarter very soon for a starting adventure called Conspiracy in the Stars that I helped write. And you can... if you're interested, in space shenanigans and basically sci-fi fantasy, be sure to keep an eye out for that. I think the Kickstarter goes live on July 29th. Next up is Found Familiar, a great coffee company. If you want to order some very, very good coffee, check out Found Familiar at foundfamiliar.com and use code WanderingDM to get 10% off. Lastly, our other sponsor for today is Roll20. You can check them out at roll20.net. They're the virtual tabletop that we use for all of our games here on Wandering DM, and I have no complaints whatsoever. I've been using it since 2015, and it's been going super well. And our partners, of course, through the Diceomancy program, Level Up Dice. Check them out. The purple torch down below or the link in chat. And that is all the spiel I have to do. We are missing an Isaac today for the finale. He's probably sleeping somewhere under the sea after what happened with the Kraken. So he'll be missed. That said, let's go around the table. Introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, who you'll be playing today. We will start with Alyssa.
Yep. Ahoy, everyone! It is I, Alyssa, playing your captain this... It's afternoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, time is fake. That's fine. I am Captain Renata de Rochefort. Definitely not worried about anything about the arrival of my rival turned lover. Not worried at all. Also, my ship is damaged pretty bad. Not worried. Totally not worried.
Up next, Lindy.
That's me. Hi, I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Josie, also known as... Hold on, let me get her name up here. It's a really long name. Josephine de Herrera de Sevilla. We'll see what sticks. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on for our girl emotionally. She's learned a lot about herself and a little bit about her crewmates and her dad. It's weird. Let's play.
Mm-hmm. And last amongst our players, but certainly not least, Shauna.
Hey, I'm Shauna, and I'm playing Corinne Haley, the ship's witch and breaker of bad news, and who is currently in a bad way because last session she turned into a monster to keep the ship from sinking.
And the person that tried so hard to sink our ship last time, Deirdre. Why don't you take us away?
Hey all, welcome back to the Caribbean, 1688. We're slightly drifting as you go south through the Grenadines and the British Virgin Islands, if you want to put it on a map. Yes, the Kraken was defeated by the ingenious use of a longboat full of gunpowder.
and Isaac rowing it. Isaac was rescued by our captain from the clutches, care of some mermaids who rescued him after the explosion of said kraken. And as our captain Renata de Rochefort broke the water, they're leaning negligently over the side of his ship, right staring at her, treading water, is the ruggedly handsome visage of Captain Jacques Cousteau. Pirate, Frenchman, possible love interest, rival of our dear Captain Renata, and I believe we ended on the. So do you need it? Do you need a hand?
Perhaps a hand would be nice. Yeah. I'll let him get me and a very unconscious Isaac out of the water.
Yep. They drop a step ladder for you, and a couple ropes to help you to pull up Isaac. He is unconscious, but when they get him up on deck, it very much is of the opinion that he is. Well, you can hear him kind of murmuring to himself. That level of, and you're not really worried because you've seen him at this level of drunken unconsciousness before. Obviously, he's dreaming something. You're not 100% sure what. But your dear friend Jack, however, I'm a little surprised to see you this far south.
Are you? I'm a little surprised to see you as well.
Well, French territories, French islands, Frenchmen, French ship.
Yes. Sometimes you just want to see the world. So what brings you to the... Come here off. I'm not gonna do that. Jacques, are you following us?
No.
It's just lucky. Well, I've had a bit of a rough go, as you can see, and I'm just gonna gesture at the swallow. We're a little stuck, and I believe we have a date with Destiny. So, oh God, this is, I think I need,
Yes.
I need your...
Say it. It's okay. You can use the whole phrase.
Do I have to? Are you gonna make me do this?
God, yes. Do you know how much I'm enjoying this right now?
I need your help.
Of course. See, now was that such a big deal?
Yes, it was a very big deal. So you'll help us with... I'm not even sure what to do with my ship. Frankly, I'm a little confused why we didn't sink at this point. I assume that there was some shenaniganly magics, but, well, there was a kraken, and the kraken got cooked, and now my ship is dead in the water.
I mean, don't know about magics, but I definitely see the calamari all
Mm,
over the place.
yes. That explains why I'm so hungry. Huh. So, you can help us get the ship going? I'll pay you back somehow?
I need you to roll parlay.
Of course you do. Which one's parlay against again?
It's polish.
Oh, good. That's something I'm better at than other things. Oh, well, not so good, actually. I got a 4.
I could help you, but it does not explain why you are here or what you would pay me for it.
Is not us just wanting to see more of the Caribbean a good enough excuse for being
You
in
can't lie very well, my dear.
I can lie very well, thank you.
You
I'm
can't
just-
lie to me that well.
Okay, I'm struggling. I had to say the H word today. It's been a very weird day. How about if you can assist? Oh, that's an even worse word. I don't like that. I'll explain everything. Just we need help first.
I can get you to a local refurbishment, introduce you to a few of my friends. It's not far. It's maybe half day's sail if we hitch your boat to mine.
All right.
And we can discuss what you will owe me in the future.
Then I believe we have an accord.
All right. So you're going to sail on this wonderful, join me on sailing through to the port on this wonderful vessel. I can have dinner arranged. Just the two of us.
Sure. That. I'm just really hungry, Jack. That sounds great. I'll take anything right now. And obviously
Box!
something to care for my, and I'm just gonna like gently nudge Isaac's unconscious body with my boot. Just
He kind of snorts, rolls over, and kind of like grabs at your foot as if he wants to like make it a pillow.
I'm never gonna let him live this down. But that's beside the point. Perhaps it would be good if I alert the swallow what's going on before we settle into dinner, if that's all right. My crew should know what's happening.
All right, so you're going to inform the crew of what's going on. First, we're going to take that moment of you just kind of turning to the longboat as the what did we call his ship again? Damn it, I had it written down.
The crusty baguette.
That's what we call it.
That's what y'all call it. That's not his actual. Okay, fine. We'll just call it the baguette for right now because I can't find friggin' ship name.
I know. I don't remember what we call it. We had a good name for it too.
It was like, and it was one of those French pun names. Oh, I can't remember. But as we pan from his vessel pulling up alongside the drifting Salty Swallow, we have the image of what is currently going on the Swallow. Corinne is a huddled mass on the deck because she's in massive amounts of pain and at one harm. Josephine is kind of dangling midair from one of the lines as she had attempted to imitate her beloved Nathaniel in swinging to the rescue of Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't quite get it work out right. And Nathaniel, I believe, was removing the remains of a tentacle from the deck of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
With the assistance of Steve, the cabin boy, and
Eddie.
Eddie, Crazy Eddie, and Kanani was down below decks working the guns as the head of the gunners.
Yes.
So, what do we see as we pan onto the deck?
Me slowly climbing down a rope.
Nathaniel would probably be cleaning up the deck with the help of the other crew members, removing the pieces of blown up tentacle that probably have scattered all over the upper deck of the ship.
Steve is very much of I'm not cleaning that up. It's not my job. I'm not cleaning that up.
Steve, if I'm cleaning, you're cleaning.
Fine. And he begins to do that teenager minimal amount of effort, but still looks like he's attempting to be qualified as following directions. So Nathaniel is cleaning up. Josie, you come down from the line and kind of drop in the middle of the main deck, narrowly avoiding splattered of tentacle and gunk. I mean, there's gunk.
If there's gonna be. So I'll like hop down and just taking everything in, seeing that Corinne's a huddled pile on the floor and going, oh, like forward, and then like meh, like taking a step forward, then pausing, then taking a step forward, and then pausing, and then eventually getting within like 4 to 5 feet of Corinne and going, are you okay?
I assume that we're alive. We're not.
Yes.
I'm not dead.
No, you're not dead.
Wish I was.
Oh, I could fix it for you if you really wanted me to.
No.
Okay.
Josie, can you do me one for Keith? Help me. I'm doing no one any good. I'm in the way on the deck.
Okay. Do you want me to help you to your room? Okay.
Yes.
Yep. I'll help Corinne because I'm strong.
So what's happened?
We're
not
don't
sunk, but
know all of it because I was firing cannons and then I used my pocket brick to punch the Kraken. And then Isaac rode a gunpowder boat into the Kraken's mouth and I tried to do what Nathaniel does and swing on the rope and save him, but I missed. But the captain dove in after him and pulled him up, and Captain Baguette is beside us on the Krusty Baguette, and the captain is talking with him, and I don't know what else is going on.
Oh. I hope their last parting bodes well for us. But
hopefully,
if that's not the case, I can still curse him
Mm-hmm.
if the captain wants it.
Okay, let's just have you get a nice long nap. Just sleep.
Yeah, Corinne's just kind of
down.
like a mass of like just the tattered dress and like hair at this point. Like she looks like just like something you like pulled, like full of seaweed, like something you just like pulled from like a fishing line. It's just like all that junk. It's like just probably just put her down. She'll just like slump, and she'll just
like do the scoop and then place in the bed and then just bring the blanket over and pat.
you just also kind of hear her mutter like in sounds like tongues a little bit. It's like, yep.
Good night, I'm leaving now.
Back, yeah. Just back away slowly.
Close the door. You hear like the footsteps go real fast.
So as Corinne is recovering, because she's basically unconscious, being the only one harmed, and you feel a slight jerk, all of you, as the guidelines from the baguette tie on to the swallow.
Did we see Captain Cousteau pick up our captain?
I mean,
I can't imagine it would be like a.
I think Josie did because of her vantage point. She was looking in the water for Isaac and saw Isaac and the captain come back up. So
yeah, and breaking the water, you would have seen seen her break the water. So this didn't happen that far. That's why they're able to pull alongside the swallow so easily, and then tie on. So yeah, you would have seen the Frenchman rescue him.
I don't order everyone to get to their battle stations again. We'll just wait for the baguette to coast alongside us.
Well, I'm going to come back on deck and inform everybody of what's happening. So I'll come back and be like, gents, ladies, everyone on the Swallow, the baguette has kindly decided to take our ship to port so that we might get repairs so that we can continue on our way. Isaac is unconscious and in the care of the baguette. I think he's fine. He did try to use my foot as a pillow. We need to talk about boundaries at some point with Isaac, but I think that's a conversation for another time. I would still remain cautious. I still don't know what the baguette wants with us. Seems a little too happenstantial. Nathaniel, Josie, I don't know where Corinne is, but I'd like to see all of you, if that's okay.
I took Corinne to her room because she was not well. She looked like a puddle.
Oh. That's...
Just hair and dress. Just.
I'd like to go see her, if the two of you wouldn't mind escorting me. Steve, you know how to...
But why?
Josie, because I said so. Because I need to talk to you. Since when do you ask questions?
It's like 3 times in one day you've had to go to Corinne's cabin. This is not...
If you would rather stay and clean Tentacle off the deck, Josie, by all means, I would assume that you would just follow orders, but okay.
She does like a little like mini celebratory like thing and then goes, I would rather clean Tentacles than go to Corinne's room, but if you really want me to, Captain, I will go with you to And Isaac told me I should start asking more questions.
Isaac told you that, did he?
Yes, we had a very good talk.
Fine. Stay with the crew. Clean the tentacles.
Eating tentacles into the water.
Nathaniel, if you wouldn't mind, are you going to start questioning my orders too now?
No, Captain.
A shock. Today is just full of shocks.
Shucks.
All right. To Corinne's quarters, then.
I'll accompany the captain to Corinne's quarters.
I'll eat the heaviest tentacle pieces that others might have problems moving into the water.
I'm just imagining Crazy Eddie's like watching this and just so confused. Over it, but confused.
No, Crazy Eddie has removed as an appropriate thing for a guy whose name is Crazy Eddie. The pipe, ivory, that he has taken from some sea creature at some point in their travels. Nobody's exactly sure how long. He carved it himself. It's intricately carved scrimshaw and is sitting smoking something that may or may not be hallucinogenic, watching Corinne yeet tentacle off the ship and seated because Crazy Eddie is of advanced years and knowledge and understands the great importance of delegating to those who are better equipped to handle such skills.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna fight him on this one. I'm gonna Crazy Eddie, just kind of salute him as we walk past.
Supervisor.
Exactly. He's the supervising on this. It's like, my job is to be in the crow's nest to make sure that things are seen and avoided. I am watching. My job is to watch. Now I'm gonna watch this person throw giant frickin' tentacles off a giant frickin' kraken that I was not sure actually existed until about half an hour ago off of my ship.
Our ship, Crazy Eddie, but all right.
Ooh.
Carry
Go watch
on.
Crazy Eddie. Go watch him.
Semantics.
Carry on, as it were. I'm just gonna go gently knock on Corinne's door and
It opens. Corinne's just like, just kind of like in a corner on the bed.
oh. What happened to you, Corinne?
My beloved decided to help us.
Oh,
I don't wish to do it again. I'm
I
mostly alive.
Oh, Corinne. I'm glad you're alive, and my compliments to your beloved as always.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you missed the announcement. Then the baguette is going to tow our ship to port, and we are going to get repairs for what is left of the Swallow.
And what does he want in return for this?
I don't know yet. He's vaguely mentioned the discussion of what he's going to ask for in return. But I trust you and Nathaniel. And normally I would like Isaac's input on this, since he seems to know too much about everything and is strangely wise for a person of his disposition.
Oh.
I am not totally sure that it is safe for us to go to our destination alone.
Oh, so you mean an escort?
Backup was more my thought.
Hmm.
Now, I would much prefer it to be Captain Blood, because as we do fly under his colors and his rules, it seems more logical to reach out to him, but Jacques is here. And
Important question about Jacques. Does Jacques have any idea what we are looking for? The nature of what we're looking for?
I'm not totally sure. In fact, I think it's a little too coincidental that he is here. after we just left him behind in Havana.
Yes.
He says he's not following us, but I didn't get to be a captain by just trusting people
No.
at their word.
We didn't leave from ports that long ago, so I agree with your
No.
intuition.
Yeah. But he has offered a dinner on his ship to talk about what he would possibly want from us, which would be a chance to sort of size up what it is he's after. I'm just wondering if I should tell him, or how much to tell him.
That brings up another question. Providing we find this, you do realize he will not be far behind if we go to this treasure.
Yeah.
And Josie being what she is, that is a great concern, whether or not that he knows we're here.
That is true.
And she looks at Nathaniel. We should talk to her.
I'll do my best.
Nathaniel, what are your thoughts? How much do we tell Captain Cousteau?
The more we tell him, the more we're going to be forced to potentially share whatever the treasure is with him.
That's a fair point. What if whatever's there... I don't want another Kraken, is basically what I'm saying. And backup may go without. It may be wise to take backup.
I would just say to prepare for something worse than the Kraken.
Like 2 Krakens?
No. Dark magic. Shang, dark magic.
Could we... I'm just throwing out ideas here, but to ensure that Captain Cousteau doesn't try to betray us, could we preemptively betray him?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not above it. What did you have in mind?
Once we get to the island, once we dock wherever. Apologies, I haven't had enough coffee today.
None of us had. We just fought a Kraken. What do you expect? I'm so hungry, I could eat one of you. I'm not going to, but I am laying myself bare here.
Let's imagine this. We weigh anchor next to his ship. Aim our cannons for his bilge. Right? That's what it is, the bilge? The lowest deck where the water is?
Well, the bilge is the pump that actually pumps out the water.
Oh, god damn it.
But if you're talking about the water line or his keel.
The keel.
The keel is the directional.
No, that's not. I want to aim the cannons at the part of the ship that'll take water the moment the hole is made.
The water line.
Yeah, the water line then.
That. Aim at the water line. The moment the crew sees us come back onto the ship, we fire at his.
stranding him on the island.
Yeah. And we make sure that we can do a fast getaway.
Well, we'll certainly have to see how the repairs go. But it's a thought.
Just keep it in mind. Who knows if he's planning betraying us? Keep options open.
I am worried that he will.
It would be to his peril.
I mean, that's true. All right, I am going to take some time on the baguettes. I believe the crew could use a break. Corinne, you look like you could use. I don't want to say anything rude, but
I look like a corpse. Yes, I know.
thank
I
you.
feel like
That
one.
says it for me. I assume Nathaniel, you should talk to Josie.
Oh,
See how she feels. I will I'll see what the baguette says.
Captain, in this state, I can at least look over these books that I took from the manor, see if they have anything to do that can help us. I'm certainly in no condition to fix the ship.
That's fair. Just take it easy on yourself. Obviously, if you had to essentially become a corpse for your beloved to come help us, it would be best to have you back at your full strength by the time we get to port, if possible. And if not, well, as close as you can be.
Sentiments appreciated, Captain. I'm glad everyone else has made it okay.
Yeah.
Out of that.
We'll do what we can. All right. I'll bid you all a good night then.
So while the baguette tows the swallow into a secluded cove of Petite Martinique, where there is a very small contingent and area put together for hasty repairs of ships that may be flying under a complicated flag, or a black flag even. There are a deep enough water that you can dock. It took about 6 hours, so it's just about sunset by the time you make landfall at this secluded cove prepared. And a number of people begin to emerge, and the quartermaster from the baguette responds in rapid French, directing them to assist in repairs of your ship, your mast. Your keel has been severely damaged by just crushing weight of tentacles. Your yard arm needs to be replaced, and sail replaces. Corinne is going to be reading and recovering because she not so great right now. But Josie, what you doing?
Well, I cleaned off all of the tentacles and I helped Steve swab the deck afterwards. Because you gotta get the residue off before it dries, otherwise it's just a real bad mess. I think while the ship's getting repaired, we'd probably be not on the ship. We'd probably be in port, yeah? Like,
Yeah. Not that there's much of a port here. It really is
Yeah.
just a shanty town of tavern, carpenters, and facility, a place to take on fresh water. I mean,
Okay.
it's a smuggler's cove for recovery and repairs.
Gotcha. She would probably be, 'cause she doesn't want to be in the way. Probably on the beach, tracing out alphabets in the sand and a couple of names. She's practicing.
Where are you, Nathaniel?
If we've made landfall, I would be looking for Josie.
I mean, it's not a very big beach. It's not hard to make her out.
MNO.
Josie.
Nathaniel.
I see you're
I'm
practicing.
practicing.
How are you faring?
Well, I'm fine. I was not injured in the big kraken squid attack at all.
You were very lucky.
I mean, I saw Corinne. Must have just almost squished her.
Oh boy. I can barely remember the other episode. Does Nathaniel know you're not human?
No, Nathaniel
doesn't.
is the only one currently. No, Nathaniel and the captain.
And the captain.
Yeah.
I think I got the hint, but like I don't think I know yet.
Yeah.
No.
We just know there's some shit going down and something's not right. Something's amiss.
I wanted to talk to you about where we're going.
Yes, the treasure, the X on the map.
Yes. What if we encounter Ignatius Steele again?
I have a lot of questions to ask him. Well, maybe just a few. An indeterminate amount of questions to ask him.
But do you remember what he did to you at the mansion?
Kind of, yes. That's one of the things I want to ask him about. Corinne has a pretty good idea, but I want to hear it from him.
It's kind of the reason why I was looking for you.
Oh? You talked to Corinne. Did she say anything?
We talked about what we're gonna do when we get to the island. I'm afraid if we let Steele say even a word, he's going to mind control us all and probably pit us against one another.
I would not like that, but you stopped it the last time.
Yeah. I stopped it with equally dark magic.
I did not know you did dark magic.
I think Nathaniel would sit down on the beach.
Yeah, she'll sit down too. I think she needs to sit down after that.
I'm not like Corinne. I don't do...
You're not a witch?
No.
Oh, good.
I just have this strange book.
Is that the book you showed me with the flowers in it?
No, that's... The flower book is my book. The other one is a dangerous tome of poetry.
So why do you have it?
Because it comes in handy.
Okay. Does it do anything bad to you when you use it?
To me? No, absolutely not. Well, not as far as I know.
Good. What about the people you use it on?
Well, see, the book itself doesn't do anything bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you do with the book.
What can you do with the book?
Essentially, I can force people to do what I say.
Are there more copies of this book?
Not that I'm aware.
Are you sure? Is there like instructions in your book on how to make things?
I'll open the book of the Shakespeare sonnets. And I'll try to find if there's like anything that Josephine is describing.
Like a people instruction book?
Yeah, you're gonna have to be a little more... A people instruction book? Like how to make
Yes.
people?
Yes.
I don't need that. I know how to make people.
You do?
Yeah, we kind of did it together.
We did?
Yes.
Okay.
Or do you need me to remind you? Did you forget all the time we spent together?
No, I would never forget that.
Then that was how you make people.
That's not what Corinne says. And I asked Isaac once a long time ago, and he said something about storks. So there are three very different theories on how this happens.
And what was Corinne's theory?
Oh, it's nothing really. I asked Isaac where babies came from, and he said storks deliver them to you. And I said, that makes sense. I assume they just get them from Baby Island or something. And Corinne, she thinks that maybe she starts kind of like look down, just doodles in the sand, just swirls. She says she thinks that Ignatius still may have used dark magics to make me, because I'm not a person like the rest of the crew.
Okay, one, that is very mean of Corinne. What did you do to piss her off for her to say that?
She wanted to talk to me about things, and I asked her about the tarot reading, and everything came up blank. She says it's because I have no soul, because I am not a person like everyone else is. And so I talked to Isaac about it, and he said I am a person, but maybe not like quite like a normal person, but pretty normal. And I asked him some questions about like food and swimming and breathing. And then, and then I pretty much confirmed it. that I'm not a real person like everyone else on the crew is. Because I don't need to eat or breathe, and I sink in the water.
Wait. You what?
Which part?
Let's go. Let's begin with sinking in the water. It's
Yes,
just because.
I sink. I go straight to the bottom.
But that's
Like a
just.
rock. I can't swim.
Okay, but
I just stand on the bottom doing this, and it's not very effective.
anyone who doesn't know how to swim will sink. That doesn't make you any less of a person.
Yes, but I don't drown. Because I don't need to breathe.
Nathaniel is gonna pay attention to Josie's chest. Is she breathing?
No.
How? So you don't need to breathe.
No.
That doesn't... I mean, that's a nice perk, I guess. Doesn't make you any less of a person.
That's what Isaac said, which made me feel a little better. He just said I was a different kind of person, basically. And I asked him about food and why you guys eat all the time, and he said it's because if you don't, you starve and die. And I was like, oh. I thought you did it because it was fun.
So you don't need to eat either.
No. I never really ate much at all before joining the crew, and then like Captain or someone would say, "Go eat dinner, everyone," and so I would go eat dinner with everyone because they told me to. Which was neat because I got to try a lot of things like hardtack and, fish, gruel.
Yeah, all the tastiest food in the world.
It was tastier than no food.
It definitely is. Wait, so... Steel... You said made you, or Corinne said made you with
Corinne
magic?
said she thinks that Steel made me with a bunch of dark magic.
Well, that is definitely not the same type of... Okay. Let's start with the beginning. There are no storks.
Then why did Isaac say there were storks?
Because Isaac...
Is there no baby island either?
There's no baby island. Babies come from people.
I guess that would make some sense. Kind of. Explain why I haven't seen any storks carrying babies ever.
That would be weird. Also, you'd have to think the babies would have to find a way to feed themselves while they're waiting on the island.
Maybe the storks took care of them.
Regardless, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Now, the way... Can't believe I'm gonna say that. The way you were made is different than
Yeah, everybody
the...
else.
Well, you might not be the only person like that in the world.
Really?
Well, if Steel made you, he probably doesn't have the... He's probably not the only one that has the knowledge to do that.
So do you think maybe Steel made more, or that other people made more of people like me?
I would go with other people. Because if Steel was able to create another you, don't you think he would have created one when you parted ways?
He may not have tried to look so hard for me. That is true. But you're not upset that I'm not like a normal girl?
In my line of work, you quickly learn that normal doesn't mean anything.
So that's... You don't mind?
No, I don't.
Okay. Because I asked Isaac about it, and he said he didn't know, and so I should probably just play it cool for a while.
Oh no, I mean, it's it's going to take me a bit of time to just wrap my head around the fact that you're special, but that's it.
Okay. But going back to what you originally asked, I just want to ask Ignatius some questions about, like, why did he make me with dark magics? You know, stuff like that. Why am I here? What did he do it for? What gave him the idea?
Then you're giving me an idea. Before you meet with Steel, would you mind if I read you some poetry from my book?
I suppose not.
Here's my theory. Steel uses magic to control you.
Mm-hmm.
I will use magic to break this control.
Like you did last time.
Like I did last time, except in this case, we'll do it preemptively.
Alright, but I'll still get to ask my questions?
You still get to ask your questions.
Okay.
It's just I want to make sure that Steel is not going to say, I don't feel like answering the questions, Josie, kill everyone.
That would probably be a good thing. I'm very good at killing. That would be sad if I killed any of you guys.
So...
So...
Well, we're alone on the beach at night.
we are.
Nathaniel would scooch a little closer. Do you want to
Practice making babies?
practice making babies?
Okay.
And as the camera pulls back from the two of you, retreating further along this secluded cove in the pirate smuggler's den, we'll pull over to the deck of the Baguette, where Captain Renata, I believe you were invited to dinner.
So I was. I definitely think once I've dried myself off of, diving into the ocean, I might have spent a little time trying to look a little nicer. Not like obviously trying to do it, but definitely like putting a little more effort in than I might just on a normal day.
Yes.
The buckles are polished on the boots.
Yeah, loose, looking like you don't care.
Yes.
But still fabulous.
Yes. Deeply so.
The first mate on the deck bows very solicitously towards the captain's quarters. Captain Jacques does not have a bark like you. He has a full. It is a. It's a galleon.
That's right. He does have a full galleon.
Mm-hmm. So he, not a frigate, it's just a galleon. He solicitously bows you into the captain's quarters, to the back of the ship, stern of the ship. You push your way in. There are romantic candles arranged artfully around the large back bay window. Table for two has been set. There are a couple silver candelabras with wild tropical flowers kind of artfully arranged on the table. Like he went to some effort.
It's nice in here. Do you always make it look like it? Kind of reminds me of how Nathaniel keeps his quarters when he has his guests on the ship.
I thought that would show my appreciation for my favorite person.
It's very nice.
May I escort you to dinner, madame?
You may.
He kind of offers his arm in a very full bow. He looks very put together, and he's wearing that uniform that you saw him in Havana, that naval uniform.
So there's none of the deep V going on here. It's more put together.
Well, it looks intentionally so. Then, he kind of, like, he's wearing the coat, and then he escorts you to the table, and then he artfully removes the coat and kind of drapes it nonchalantly over the back of his chair. And there's the artful V of
there we
everyone.
go.
Exactly. So, your repairs are underway. Your navigator is sleeping it off, shall we say. And I have the pleasure of your company for dinner. Just the two of us.
A new thing, I'm sure. So.
And you're not actively trying to stab me at the moment. So, I'll take this.
I can if you prefer. It's not like I don't have, and I just like pull a knife out. It's not like I don't have a bunch of these just everywhere. Surprised you didn't frisk me before you sat me down.
No, I figured we'd say that for later. That's always more fun, isn't it?
Indeed.
So why are you here? Not that I don't love the charming company.
Just living my best pirate life. Yo ho.
Uh-huh. Well, I won't ask what your target is. I don't particularly care.
And you're just happen to be following my ship? Happen to find us?
I happen to find you, yes. Following you, no. Following someone else, well, that's true.
Who were you following?
A Spanish galleon out of Havana. Not very much in a hurry in the same night you did.
Interesting. I haven't seen any other Spanish galleons around. We haven't really seen much of anybody on this route.
Yeah. It is very interesting. I didn't see you either until we fished you out of the water.
And of your quarry, are they at large still, I assume?
I see they make, it's like a ghost ship. They appear, they disappear. Come from the fog or no. It's most vexing.
It's curious. I didn't take you for just a ship hunter type.
Usually I'm not. But when this particular vessel left Havana in a bit of a hurry behind you, I noticed a certain individual on board. I was mildly concerned and wanted questions answered.
And who was that?
Well, a local individual that we had dinner with that night.
Lovely.
I thought so.
And so his ship has disappeared, so he doesn't... Well, I think I need I'm debating about how I want to do this, because I could just do the basic size up, or I could use my advanced move. But I don't know if this counts as blackmail, perhaps, or not.
Well, let's see. What is your advanced move?
It is black-tongued. When someone stands between you and pursuing your current obsession, in this case, the treasure, you can show your cards and roll plus polish. On a hit, you've got blackmail, or
On this person.
or something they truly desire. And
I
I
mean,
can
it
also
doesn't have
take
to-
a rank if it works out.
If you can take a 10 plus, you get a rank with them. I would say it's not necessarily blackmail, but you might have something they truly desire.
I do think I need to know a little more. I think I'm very curious what has him following our mutual friend. So I'll do this, but I'm also going to spend my very last luck point that I got from getting through my white whale, so I have a little better of a chance.
Ooh, a 7.
Not as good as I want. I am rolling so great.
But you do have invert something that he wants.
Tell me, Jacques, what is it that you're really after? We've known each other long enough, I think. A little honesty could go a long ways.
And he starts playing with the chain, that long chain that kind of dangles to the middle of his chest. And he's playing with
Definitely
it.
trying not to follow the line of it or anything. I know where
It's
it goes.
not like he's doing It's not like it's intentional on his behalf or anything whatsoever.
No, I'm definitely trying to maintain eye contact, but it's also like that. I'm totally like examining.
So he's playing with it and he's watching you, and he goes, "Your charming friend with whom I cast souls the other day, last week.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a rumor that I wish to know. Is that charming gentleman's name Ashforth?"
I don't remember if I know this or not. Well, I don't actually know. He maintains a number of names.
Yes, that is a problem when you engage one of the painted guild for your employment, I should say. You employ a member of the painted guild. That is the right words there.
He is of the crew.
I have no judgment about him being on the crew. Or
No
even his
judgments
other
of his
employment.
careers.
I do not judge his career. I'm French, not English. I tell him if he wishes to have people spend money for what we enjoy, more power to him. Make the work go around. Enjoy your job. That is not what the guild, however, is a complicated animal and a large thing that is more possibly good and bad, but that is a separate issue. No, I don't have a problem with his job or his employers. I do wonder if he is actually an Ashforth. If he is, there might be some personal information that I should share with him.
Well, I suppose that would be a conversation you'd have to have with him. How do I know it's safe for me to let you have such another conversation with him? It sure seems like you're one to cross swords with my crew.
Now, to be fair, he drew first. I just responded.
I can't say whether he did or didn't. I wasn't there for that. All I saw was a rather interesting duel between a member of my crew and yourself, Captain.
Well, I'm glad you thought it was interesting, Renata.
I'm more concerned why you decided to follow Steele's ship.
Because rumor has it that Ignatius, because I'm almost positive that Ignatius Steele is a quarry that I've been hunting for a very long time. And if the rumors are true and your man is truly an Ashworth, he would have similar desire to join me in this hunt of Ignatius Steele.
Yes, but why?
Family enmity.
Well, if Steele is truly following us, then my destination may be more dangerous than I realize.
Where are you headed? There's nothing down here. I mean, you don't go to South America.
No, not typically, but there is a place. There is a bit of treasure waiting for us on a map that I have been searching for and found. The first part of the map came about when I discovered it on, I guess, a friendly rival is the way to describe her, though now I'm not totally sure what to say.
Now I'm feeling insulted. I thought I was your only rival. Who must I compete with to have all of your attention?
I don't think you need to worry. It's not that kind of rivalry anyway.
Then obviously she is not worth worrying about, and you should focus back on me.
Well, let's just say her and I share similar tastes.
Fabulous
Yeah.
Frenchman.
She's more into the Irish type, let's say that. And a little Irish courage perhaps got me to, when sent on a mission on behalf of her four-leaf clover, I sort of acquired the map from her. I don't know how she got it, and frankly, I don't think I want to know at this point. The more I learn about this map, the less I want to know. But I do want to get to the end of it. And the end is here. The end is down here.
Well then, you have goals involving getting to the end of this map. I have goals involving a Spanish galleon that seems to disappear and reappear at will.
And it seems we're heading to a similar destination. I believe the galleon is heading where we're heading.
Then perhaps a cessation of hostilities for a while?
Certainly could use the extra gunpowder, and you did save us. I believe it can be arranged. But then again, how do I know that you won't, get your quarry and return to firing on us?
When not, when have I ever actually fired on your ship? Me fighting swords with you is an entirely separate issue, but I have never actually fired on your ship.
Things advance, and do you want a itemized list of all of the times that we've almost fired at each other, or will just a general summary do?
I mean, swords are so much more fun to play with.
Yes, you do like to play with your sword, don't you? Tell me, Jacques.
Almost as much as you like to play with it.
I was waiting for that. The more important thing before we cross swords for yet another time, I do need assurances.
I promise that we will not be trying to fire on you. And indeed, if your associate, Nathaniel, is of the family lineage I believe him to be, then I would have no quarrel with him or with you. And that's, 2 reasons not to sink your ship. The third reason is I really don't want to piss off your witch.
That's good. It's good. I think she would use any excuse to seek ways of redressing such difficulties should they arise. But I don't think I need to threaten you with anything Corinne can offer.
No, we really don't.
I'm going to make the calculated risk and trust you.
And I will make the equally calculated risk and trust you.
I'll drink to that.
Now that we are in agreement and having a curled dessert.
Sure.
And he would get up from his seat. He would get up from his chair, walk around the whole length of the table, come to you the side of your chair, and bow very flourishly and offer you his hand.
Oh, I'm gonna take it. I am taking this Frenchman.
That's fair. As he kind of pulls you up and takes your hand and uses it to pull you up into a kiss, we'll close the door and see what comes. Pull the camera back away from there as the full moon rises over this smuggler's cove with 2 young couples enjoying the salt air and a navigator recovering in his bed. And just before we go to break, Corinne, you hear just the softest little minuet playing in your ear. lull you to sleep as the moonlight shines down into your cabin. And that's where we're going to take our break for the afternoon.
All right, stick around, everyone. Take some time to stretch, to grab something to drink, to eat, and we will get back to you in maybe 5 to 10 minutes. See you in a moment. Hello. Oof. We might be having a little bit of tech issues, but
Oh no.
It,
Ooh.
it should be back to normal because I see that we're in the green now. So.
Yes. Cool.
There we go.
And
Yeah,
now
it
with
just
all
takes
that
us-
talk of yawning during break, I keep doing it.
I will
Uh-oh.
stifle it.
So let's come on. As we dive back into this, we pick up the next day after repairs have been made to your ship. Your ship is no longer wrecked. You have Corinne has had recovers to half harm, but not recovers all of their harm yet.
Okay, that's
You would do so at the end of probably arriving at the island that you are going
a
to.
good place.
You leave with the dawn and the turning of the tide, this smuggler's cove in Petite Martinique, and make your way southwest towards Grenada, a French colony island, in the southern tip, just north of South America. But you're not headed all the way to the main island of Grenada. You're heading to a smaller island north of Grenada called Diamond Island. It takes you a couple days to get there. And you see this uninhabited rock of jungle in the middle of the Caribbean. A large mountain range to the west, rising out of the dense jungle. Breakers make it very difficult to... Well, you can't dock a ship anywhere here. You'll have to take a longboat and anchor at sea. But the question is, where do you anchor? And where would you like to be?
I look to our navigator for guidance.
He's
Alas.
still unconscious.
Oh no.
Isaac is still.
Isaac.
Isaac is out. He's gonna miss some of this. I'm looking at the.
I've tucked him into a bed, or a hammock. I swaddled him, so even if he does wake up, he's just gonna be unable to move.
Oh no.
Because I care, and I think that's what you're supposed to do.
I left a bottle of rum next to him with a note that says, "We need to talk."
Swaddled him like one of
Just
the
left
babies
it.
from Baby Island.
But I gave him a nice bottle of rum because
Chances
He just
are-
can't reach it. He can't reach it because he's been too swaddled.
I honestly I waited until Josie swaddled him before I left it behind. So it's even if he could get unswaddled, it would be just out of reach. Yeah. But looking at the island, I'm trying to see if there's it's not really a safer spot for us to dock in.
Yeah, this
It
is
looks a little calmer on this side
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
longboats because
Doesn't
that's
look
all
like there's rocks,
rough
huge rocks.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think where was that?
Like here.
Yeah. That's
I
good.
think
That looks like a.
The southeast corner.
I think that would be perfect. for us.
Southwest corner.
Yeah. So the
know what
southwest
you mean.
area over here, I mean, you'd probably have to take, you definitely can't bring, there's no deep water there. You can definitely have some
Oh yeah, it looks
shallows.
Yeah, shallow.
Yeah, I see the
probably a
shallow.
minor coral reef there. Full disclosure, I am using a Google Earth map for this island, which is a real island off the coast of Grenada and belongs to Grenada. So we're actively working with how the island currently appears on a geographical scale. I can't be 100% sure that this is exactly what it was in 1688, but probably close.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. And also docking there in that southwest corner is not necessarily a bad idea, considering if that probably what we're looking for is more. I know that red dot is probably the Google Earth thing, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean
Mhm.
that that's not.
It looks like there's
supposed to go.
there's like a trees and forested area in that
Mhm.
I
zone.
was gonna say, does my map have anything that would give us more guidance of where on the island we need to go for the treasure?
Just watch out for this
Yes.
area.
There are a number of notations and written in a language that Corinne was convinced was Latin and is studying very difficultly to see if she could get it correct. Corinne, could you roll me plus vinegar
Vinegar.
as you examine the notations on this map that you've pieced together from 3 tattooed skins of humans?
Delightful fact that I will never forget for the rest of my days.
I am gonna use a luck, and that gives me a +1, right?
Yep.
All right. 'Cause vinegar is. Oh wait,
Ooh.
8. Sorry.
8 is still good. It is still a hit, which is the important thing. And you've been diligently studying, reading through these books, attempting to understand. You have this Latin dictionary that you've been flipping through and trying to compare the notations as you sail south and have gotten to this island. And you realize that these notations are not in Latin.
Mm-mm.
And you are frustrated and upset, and you go to throw the map across the room, well, at least the notations across the room, where they fling against the small vanity that you have set up in your room with the small, desk vanity with a little circular mirror, and it lands in front of the mirror, and you realize, no, they're just mirror writing in English.
Ah. Oh.
But you need to have the mirror abutting up to the edge of the notes to see them.
Oh.
Mm.
And
Corinne, how's
they,
the map?
Well, for certain it's not Latin, but I've been wasting my time apparently. It's like the cipher was a lot easier than I initially thought it was.
Like, not Latin, huh? What, like Spanish?
Look at this. And she'll do this to me.
The mirror. Oh,
She looks annoyed by it. Like she looks mad at this.
oh. When did I think of that? Huh.
I was expecting something more of a cipher, less of a trick. Fortunately.
Yeah. Well, makes it easier to read, and now you've learned Latin, so
Yes.
I'm just gonna politely tap her shoulder and where do we have to go on this island?
you would see that there is a place that is marked as a cave system, and the entrance of which is where, yes, the red dot for the Google Earth is located. In the densest portion of the jungle.
All right.
Well, according to this in-depth cipher,
I could
At
make a
the
whole
center.
parody rhyming situation, but I was like,
I like it. I love that. But like it's in the set. It's here, and that's the first step. It seems like there's quite a bit of a hike once we get there. Something. Bring extra torches because there seems to be quite a substantial cave system on here, and that is where it's held.
All right. Well, I will inform our compatriots of the baguette then. I think we're going to need a small crew. I don't know if your beloved does any kind of blessing, perhaps guidance, something to... I think we're going to take a small number of people because if this mysterious Spanish galleon appears, we probably want somebody to protect the ship. But if your beloved has a blessing or something that could help protect the ship or perhaps us as we go searching.
It is his will that we succeed in what we're doing. Our goal is our goal. And if anything comes in our way, it's in his benefit to help us. And that's as good as blessing as anything.
Okay.
But I'll make sure to bring these ciphers, and she'll grab a mirror off, like the small mirror off of her, and this.
Great. This is great. All right, I'm gonna inform the baguette and see if,
Well, so you're gonna take the baguette's crew and not your crew?
Oh, I'm mostly informing them that we're going in and that where we're going. I might, if Jacques would like to come along, I am not gonna say no. But I feel like
Jacques would actually turn you down. He would prefer to stay on his own ship because he has his own quarry that he is hunting.
that's fine. I have no way for him to let us know if he sees that ship, but I'm gonna make a note.
The cannon isn't quiet.
That's true, but we're going deep in that jungle, and I'm not imagining.
No,
this
let me
is gonna
rephrase that. Let me rephrase that.
You'll
This
hear a
island,
cannon.
you'll hear a cannon. This island is less than a mile across.
Oh, cool!
Okay, it's very tiny.
Oh,
Yes.
good. That makes me feel
Granada itself is only 4 miles across from end to end.
This is
this is the part of the story where I tell everybody that I, the player, am so bad at geography and reading maps, it's almost embarrassing. So I feel good to know that. I mean, Captain Renata, no, but me.
Granada is 12 miles across. Diamond itself is less than half a mile.
Cool.
Baby Island.
I guess I'm just
Baby
telling
Island.
him
It's a rock in the middle of the water.
Baby Island.
Baby Island, we found it. No, I think I'm just gonna tell him that we're heading in, and we'll come out if he hears. I assume we'll hear his cannons.
No, I mean, if anything, he'll provide a very good distraction. I mean, if it appears, he's just gonna shoot at it.
Yeah. I still mostly just want to say bye because we're going into the cave. I'm just bidding Jacques a very sloppy, passionate goodbye before we go.
That's cool. He's into it. The question then is, so the 4 of you, you're unconscious Isaac, who's rolled over and somebody has actually given him a teddy bear. Well, went to go give him a teddy bear, but he kind of rejected it and is cuddling up to the bottle of rum instead.
That's my Isaac, man. I
swaddle him before we leave. It's obviously not tight enough.
I do want to take Steve with us.
And I swaddle the teddy bear in two, so its head's sticking out just underneath.
It's unfortunate that we're a couple hundred years too early for the beer cat.
Alas. Alas.
I mean, technically, we're a couple hundred years too early for a teddy bear, but stuffed animal of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A stuffed kraken.
I was gonna say a little stuffed squid, a little stuffed kraken. Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
this
big old
taxidermied animal.
stuffed-
Hug it.
Yeah.
Did we keep any of the tentacles to taxidermy?
Oh, taxidermy.
No.
No,
you did not keep any giant tentacles that were literally 5 feet in diameter.
I had to ask. I didn't have to ask. All right, so Isaac's secure. I think Steve would be a good one to take with us since we don't have Isaac. Steve is
Steve.
useful.
Okay, Steve. You have a number of other lackeys you can take. That's the other nice thing about this game is that there is a system of having lackeys that you can take for what you need. Named lackeys that you have. Yes, Kranani is your big, tall gunner who I could see being useful.
Yeah, he's either useful or he's better at shit.
I mean, I will not give you any information. I will give you information. I will not make determinations for you. I will say that there are also, the wonderful thing about this system is that there are tags for your lackeys. Specifically, Kranani has tags in trained in guns, weapons, of all trained in weapons of all sorts, which is why he was being made a gunner. But he is also trained in other weapons.
Eddie.
Have a couple, and he is skilled in navigating. So, Steve has aid in theft and breaking and entering, and aid in stealth. And Steve has also gained the loyal tag.
Good boy.
Which means they will follow your orders and fight for their friends, even in suicidal danger.
Yes.
Um,
That is my child.
Yes. You, so you can have so how many people do you wish to go with you on this adventure?
What tags does Eddie have?
Eddie is strange. He's skilled in ship things. I just put ship things next to him.
Yeah.
He is connected, and he is weak.
He's weak and good at ship things. We should leave him on the ship.
No, Eddie. He gets to leave the ship ever.
I mean, the man is somewhere upwards of 65.
Fair.
And he's good on the ship.
Yeah.
So we're taking Steve. Do we want to take Kinani or no?
Yeah, let's take
We can
Kanani.
take Kanani.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steve and Kanani will be there to assist you as needed. I'm going to assume that you will make determinations of their actions. Is how we'll do this.
Cool.
If you want one of them to do something, then that I will give you control of their actions. They're just useful NPCs.
Yay.
Yay! I also was going to take Steve regardless of if we had
He was
wacky
gonna-
options.
Well, they're not beneficial.
Yeah, Steve was coming no matter what. Because Steve,
No Steve left behind.
no Steve left behind.
Steve does make muttering a comment about how he is convinced that his cousin Bran, should definitely get on a ship like this because it'd be great for him.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep my child safe, and even though Isaac is unconscious, no one will be around to stop him from attacking Steve if we don't take him.
I mean, you're leaving Eddie on the ship.
Yeah, Eddie's fine.
We're not worried about Eddie.
Eddie
though.
could stop Isaac.
No, Steve, stay. Steve, stay. Come with me. Come with me. We're going on an adventure, Steve.
Fine.
Oh, it's like that now. Oh no.
Huh. Oh no. It's fine. Just give him a piece of gold and say, don't complain.
I wasn't gonna complain. This is a
Well-
lot nicer than cleaning squid off the ship. Also, the Frenchmen were weird.
They are.
They're very
indeed.
strange.
They're a very forward people, are they not?
Well, there was posing, and I think there were art being done. Like they were lounging amid this wreckage and paint me like this, and I'm like, that's just weird.
Yeah. So I'm sorry you had to see that, Steve. That is an unfortunate truth of the French. They do like to be drawn.
Okay.
When you're older,
So-
you'll learn more about how it can be fun. But for now, just ignore them.
I mean, I know what sex is.
Ah, no, my little boy does just earmuffs. I'm just covering his ear. No. let us go onward.
And he kind of tries to make eye contact with his
And
family.
Josie's like, yes, it's practicing making babies.
No, Josie, no.
Oh,
I'm just
Nathaniel,
covering Steve's ears. No.
What's the difference between practicing making babies and actually making babies?
There's none.
I, as your captain, do not want to hear this.
So the bantering continues with Quinani just looking at you all like, God, y'all horrible people.
Why am I on the ship
Um,
again?
Why am I on this ship again?
Because you're paid well and you do a good job.
You have access to the treasure room.
I mean, all of
And
this is
other
fair.
such treasures.
All of this is fair. And so Kornani just kind of was holding the line for the pulley system to drop the longboat while the rest of you get in, and he just kind of lets it go, and the boat drops at a little bit more speed than necessarily expected, but kind of. But you're on a bark, so it's not that high off the water. It's like 10 feet drop. Not that big.
Hmm.
And he just starts moving the longboat in, kind of muttering under his breath in Haitian French and a mix of Creole French and native African about crazy people.
I feel someday people will enjoy major drops like this as a thrill. I, however, did not appreciate that.
It was fun.
Oops.
Good job, Kanani.
So you row into this small strip of sand, barely enough to disembark before the, windswept trees and rugged volcanic rock overtake it. It is hot. The day is just beginning and it is hot and humid, and you feel the oppression of the air just weighing you down. You've gained, you feel you've carried an extra 10 pounds just walking 5 feet, 10 feet. The breeze that blows from the ship and across the water is stifled by the dense foliage of this jungle. You hear sounds of seabirds, the occasional rattle of a lizard of some sort. This is not a big enough island to support large game. There is a small trail you notice, moderately in front of you. Barely visible, but enough that you could notice that someone has hacked through these trees before, although the island has begun to reclaim it.
Well, obviously we're gonna follow the path. I assume the map would have given us at least a little bit of a hint of where to go.
To the center of the island, to the caves that is heart.
Mm-hmm.
So we follow this path, and boom, we will find what we're looking for.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Can I get you all to roll plus blood for me?
Cool.
I would love to.
Oh no.
And if everyone else should have recovered full harm except for Corinne,
Yep.
because you were.
No, that's why in the 9? Why am I?
I am rolling for shit.
Why am I
Okay,
not
so
Woohoo! 8.
Josie, Nathaniel, 9 for Corinne, 6 for the captain.
Oh
Captain,
No,
it's
not going
really hot. It's really hot. And you begin to feel slightly tired as you keep walking. You're not uncomfortable, but you're a little woozy. Maybe you didn't have quite enough hydration last night, spent a little too much time drinking wine, and might be slightly hungover this morning.
well. Why does this island, why does the air feel like getting hit by a cannonball? I feel like I'm swimming in butter. I'm trying not to whine, but the captain is whining. So thick. And not in a good way.
I think while the captain is not whining, Josie is gonna kind of settle up next to Nathaniel and go, "Hey, Nathaniel.
Hmm?
I was wondering if you still had that opal necklace you stole from the villa.
Yeah, why?
Could I have it?"
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll take it off and I'll hand it to Josie.
She'll look at it for a few minutes while walking, and then I think she'll just put it on. She goes, "What do you think?"
It goes really well on you.
Thank you. This, I remembered seeing this before she died. Ignatius's wife wore this necklace a lot, and she was very nice to me.
Mm. Uh-oh. Did she resemble you? No, you were made before she died. Never mind.
Yeah, I had that thought too, and I had to ask Prax. That was the first thing I thought of, and I was like, "Oh, no, I verified. Yeah, no, we're on the same page."
Just checking.
Yep. No, not particularly.
Okay.
She didn't
Not
try to
really.
boss me around and stuff. She was very nice. So I think of nice things when I see this.
Good then. This was part of the things that he didn't want us to have. Which means Steel values this necklace.
Well, probably.
It's not long. I mean, like I said, this island is not a mile. It's like half a mile in diameter. It's tiny.
It just takes a while to trek through jungle.
It's humid.
Even
It's
with-
so humid.
Even with Quinani in front with a machete clearing in front of
And if
you.
he needs a break, I'll take over and help because I'm
Yeah.
strong and good.
He would definitely, so if you want to help, go right ahead. He is not in any way, shape, or form harmed or intimidated by allowing the strongest pirate on the ship to cut down vine and jungle and oppressive heat. Like, yeah. It takes you maybe an hour, maybe two, to reach the center of this island, which is a small grotto. Well, a large open body of water, and you see leads into a grotto of a words in my head. Cave system. There we go. And I have a picture for you in just a second, but apparently it got deleted, so I have to find it again and put it back up. Because that's my life. Where did it go? Here it is. Sorry guys, I was prepared, and then
I'm gonna blame this on Isaac just because he's not here.
man,
Quentin,
Fair.
we miss you and we love you, and also it's your fault. Bye.
fair. I mean, fair. It's all fair. I will take that. I will take that as a valid. And you see the cave system leaning out into this, or the small body of water that leads into this grotto cave system. Full of moss and all of the dark mist that's instantly cooling as you descend into the caves.
It's nice in here. Oh, this is nice.
It is unfortunately with that first nice, as you say so, Captain, that you
Uh-oh.
put, you're relaxing, enjoying the cooling air, kind of put your hand out for yourself, and you hear a tsk.
I'm just gonna put my hand back onto my pistol and turn around and look at everybody and just be like, all right, it's about to get real.
You see just as you turn around, you hear the of a large blade whistling through the wind.
Get your weapons, everyone. Something's
And
coming.
by large, I mean like
Why?
Not a time, Josie. I appreciate your desire to ask more questions, but this is not the time.
There's any number of ways that this treasure is protected. Yes, be on your
Has
guard.
Something has a large blade.
Pull out my rapier.
There we go. I'm ready to draw at the...
Yeah, I'll draw my weapons as well. But I'll keep an eye out for, this is so D&D. Keep an eye out for traps.
You mean like a giant swinging blade across the front of your face?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Well, there's that. But also, once we're past that, I'll keep an eye out for more.
Because right now there's a giant swinging blade right in front of your face.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Like, if you just turned around to look and you just see this moment of this giant blade swing across in front and just switch across the very edge of Nathaniel's beard.
Oh.
we need to cut that bitch down. Where's the line? We need to get rid of this blade.
I want to hold the stick in front of it and see how good it cuts.
So you hold a stick in front of it, just like
Uh-huh.
a general any kind of stick.
Yeah.
2 slices, back to back. Half of it's gone.
Wow, it cut really well. Someone's
Very
keeping
nice,
it nice and sharp. Surprising in all this humidity that it hasn't rusted.
So true.
Dark magics.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's just hope that the blade is the only form of protection here.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
Hmm.
How do we get past the giant blade is the question. Is there a rope or something we can, I don't know, fire at to stop the blade?
You would assume so, but you haven't. It's moving so fast you haven't actually seen the blade itself.
Would that Isaac was here with his time magics.
Shame.
In that case, I want to find a log. No, a rock.
Oh, well, you're in a grotto. There are lots of rocks.
Is there a big rock?
Yes, there's a big rock.
I want to grab a big rock and I want to try to wait for it to go fast and then shove it and wedge it with the big rock. So it stops swinging.
Roll me plus blood because I want to see how you do on this, just to see. I mean, you're gonna do it because I love it.
Yeah.
I just want to see how it goes.
8.
You see the blade go by, and then you immediately turn and shove this giant rock that's literally the size of you, and everyone is kind of astonished at how easily you move said giant rock that's the size of you into this position. And you just feel it click, click, and you feel it. You know it's going to hold for a little while, but you can't guarantee it's going to hold forever.
In that case, then, I want to grab another big rock and put it on the other side of the blade so I can jam it again on the way back.
Ah.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Nice.
A reminder to reward Josie.
It worked! we should go. It's not going to hold forever.
Yeah,
So
no,
I, like,
let's
set the new rock on the inside.
keep your weapons close at hand and let's keep going.
Yes. Keep your wits
Johnny?
about you.
I think we got to keep Kanani in the front, don't we?
I feel so terrible. But you're not wrong.
No.
No, I mean he's the weapons guy. That's
Myself
that's,
or Kunani, because I think we're both pretty durable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we could put like if we're doing marching order, and like I assume this is going to be our doom in a lot of ways because I feel that again the D&D energy of marching order always means bad time ahead. Josie should probably go second,
Okay.
but I think I'll go last, not because I'm a particularly strong person, just because put the leader in the back.
So we're putting Kunani in front with Josie behind. The captain is all the way at the back.
With Steve probably right in front of the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Corinne's in the middle, probably. Just.
Yeah, I'll be hanging somewhere behind Josie.
Okay.
I could put you in front of Corinne then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure, that works.
Directly in the center.
So you make your way through this cave system. Kunani, because he has skills and he is trained, fun facts, does notice a couple other traps along the way. However, because he is only an NPC and he is here to help you, you need to determine how you will deal with the very obvious first big old pit trap in front of you. Because practicality and, pirates. And while
Yes.
D&D dungeon crawl is a dungeon crawl, the pit trap existed for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want Kanani to just go marching off into the pit and get,
No.
stuck.
Yeah.
That would
No,
be
no,
the
he noted-
worst.
No.
He does, because he is trained, he does see the thing and he stops. But you guys get to determine how you get around it.
See, if this was D&D, it'd be the perfect time for an investigation check to look around, see what
And
I
unlike
see.
D&D, you are in a
I can
cave
just do
system.
it.
You can just do it.
Yeah, I'd like to look around. I'd like to be able to look and see what the traps are, like what's around, what's the easiest way to get around this.
I want to
pit.
see how deep the pit is and if there's anything at the bottom.
So you're going to trigger the pit trap then? Because
Oh.
Kunani stops before you get to it.
Oh,
and
it's
you're
like a covered pit trap.
the trap.
I mean, it's good to know where it is, I guess.
What's it covered with? Is it dirt, leaves, moss?
Yeah, dirt, leaves, branch, a little bit of moss.
That little seam that's in there.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw
Tender.
some? Let's say, do you want to throw something at it and see,
Sure.
and just ignite the trap that way?
Yeah.
Okay. You throw a rock because you're in a cave
More
system
rocks.
underground. There are a whole bunch of rocks. There's a seam of water. You're kind of walking along and you kind of hear it trickling down along with you because you're in a Caribbean island in the cave system. There's water. You throw this rock and it lands and it collapses the cover of the trap, and it just kind of collapses down almost as if it was spring loaded and was intentionally supposed to fall in the middle. And there are some good old fashioned spikes underneath it.
Ooh, how deep is it?
About 6 feet.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, it's it's not the depth that's the bigger problem.
It's
here,
the spikes.
Terrible
The spikes.
Yeah, spikes.
And is there enough like clearance around the pit to like kind of walk along the edge of it, or it's just
No,
like a
Wall to
hole?
wall with this sucker. How far across is it?
It's about 10 feet.
10 feet.
Oh no, not 10 feet. That's my measurements are wrong. It's about
Bro, everybody.
7-8 feet. Sorry.
Okay.
Do we have a ledge around it that we could probably like?
I mean, you don't have a pathway, but it's a
Mm.
rough-hewn cave, so you could do something with that.
Climb the walls. We could Spider-Man this.
I mean, I mean, that wouldn't solve anything for everyone else, but
There's no.
I could throw you all across.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you
I
have
was about to say that.
Josie, that's an interesting plan. 2 questions. 1, is your aim good enough to make sure that we get across? And can you throw us?
It might just kill Corinne if you just throw her across.
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure I could throw you all that far. You're not that heavy.
Throw Kanani first so that he can catch Corinne.
Nani has this look on his face like,
I'm not serious, Kanani. Relax. We're trying to find something to
I'm
get
like,
us across. Are you
oh.
a spider?
Yeah, you
Can you
could-
spider across?
I wasn't going to question that one, but maybe I should
Do we
have.
have?
But why?
I mean, I could.
Mm,
Well,
I mean,
there's
you are
they reach
sailors.
up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are
We're
stalactites
used
on
to
the ceiling.
We're used to climbing.
What is a chandelier? What is a stalagmite and a rock chandelier?
If I was taller, I could just lay across the thing, and you could walk across me. But I don't think I can reach the other side.
No,
No.
Josie.
No, you can't. Kunani can't even reach the other side. But you know.
He's probably the tallest among us.
Mm-hmm.
But your offer to
Hmm.
spider climb, if you look around along these walls, you notice that they're not smooth. They're definite obvious possible handholds.
Providing someone could get
I
across.
could go first and try to make better and more handholds for you all, and then you could follow.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Because
fine with that.
my fists are wreck weapons, so I can just punch whole handholds into the rock. Maybe.
Mm.
I mean, if you can get across, and there happens to
Hulking in a
be
way.
something that you can lay across this that we could walk across too.
I'll try. I don't mind
But-
falling on spikes, and I'll start climbing across.
I mind if you
No.
fall on spikes. I don't want to deal
Yes,
with
we
that.
don't want.
I want to try to make some of the handholds a little more accessible and footholds a little easier. Kick.
I want you to roll blood, not because you can't do this, because you can totally
Yes.
do this, and I love every minute of this. But I want to know how well you are able to make the handholds for
Yeah,
others
yeah.
behind you.
Cool. Oh no, that's a fail.
It's not, you can do them, and you definitely crack things,
I do.
but you're used to doing things for yourself, and so
Yeah.
Oh my God.
they're definitely punches in rock. That doesn't necessarily mean they give you depth of control to hold on to rock.
Yeah.
But it will be enough to help people across. You just might be concerned about going back that way.
Mm.
I'll just throw them back.
Fine. That's a later problem.
That's a problem for later us, for
Yeah.
future us.
Yeah.
We'll deal
right,
with
Lilith,
it.
maybe
when
there's
we
a
get
second way out of this cave. You don't know.
20 minutes later, damn. What do I do?
Well, across we shall go then.
You make
Is
your
there
way.
a plank? Is there a plank or something on the other side just in case?
Josie, you look around on the other side as you're there, and you notice leaning up against the wall something that looks like a door.
I found a door, and I go to open
Okay.
it, and there's nothing behind it. Is there? It's just leaning up against the rock, and I go, "Oh, sorry," and I push it back.
Does it span the pit at least?
Yes, it does.
Good, great. Well,
nice.
I'm fine climbing the rocks for now, and then
Yeah.
keeping
I'll
the door
put
for
the
the
door-
return trip.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we might want to save the door for the return trip.
Yeah.
I
Just
think
in
maybe
case.
it might be better if we leave the pit as it is
Speedy exit. Not.
and just climb the rocks for now.
Mm-hmm.
You continue on your way. It's not long, another 5, maybe 10 minutes. You're being very careful. Kunani is being very careful because he just seen this pit trap and the giant swinging blade in front, and he's like, what the fuck was down here? And you
guy.
come to a actual door carved into, like, you have a large curved entryway.
It's probably
It
a fake. The last one was.
with intricate carvings along the top and along the sides of this arched door, double-sided, double door words, double door, yeah.
Mhm.
And you see intricate bronze reliefs, pictures on each of these doors. If you've ever seen the doors of the baptistry at the Duomo of Florence, picture that.
Uh-huh. I am exactly picturing
Yeah.
it. Any of this writing, is it the same kind of thing that's on the map?
No.
Is it
Corinne would
Latin?
immediately notice that it is actually Latin.
All right. Is anything of note on this that's written on Latin?
I did actually do this writing, but I don't feel like reading it out.
That's fine.
It is. I'm tired. It actually reads out into translation of the year of our Lord 1680. We consecrate the efforts of our brethren who have ensured the transfer of this item. The doors are shut and locked.
This is a vault.
We don't
Something
have
of power.
I look for a ring hole.
I think Corinne looks at Josie and it's like,
ring hole. Find a ring hole.
You investigate this entire door. There is not a ring hole. There is, however, something that looks similar to the ring, but the ring you have doesn't fit.
Nathaniel, are you
It's a
still
little too
wearing?
small.
Are you wearing that thing? Stuff you stole in Havana.
Yeah, it's always on me. Why?
I'm just
Not all of it.
wondering.
No, not
You're not
all
wearing
of it.
all of it.
The opal is, and the
True.
one that burnt me is not there.
yeah, no one's wearing the burning
Oh, I forgot about the burning thing. I would have gone and picked that up.
the ring.
But I got
Yeah.
distracted by.
I'm wondering if
the
anything you
tentacles.
stole from Havana fits this hole.
It looks like my ring is too small, but the shape is right.
Did the necklace that burned me have a let me grab the PowerPoint.
But you should have Ignatius's ring.
Yeah.
That's true. Didn't you get his?
Yeah.
Or there's the wax seal, which we did definitely
Yeah.
take, and that S has the same signature.
I'm looking
That
at
would be
the
a
thing.
pun because you seal the door with the seal. Ha 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 ha.
Is it the seal? Please tell me now.
We
Do you
tried
need
to
a
seal-
kiss from a seal? On the seal?
I mean, that seal I would not turn down.
So we're just like pushing things into this hole. We're like, is it the seal?
So if you take out the seal fits.
Perfect.
Yay.
Gosh, I was right.
You
Well,
push it
they did
in.
say the doors were sealed.
Well, we have a seal to unseal these doors.
Charming.
I suppose dark organizations are not above a bit of punnery, are they?
I'll kill Steel just for that pun.
You seal steel with this.
And
I want
with
you to
that,
know
I'm gonna lean over.
Side note, because even though I didn't read it out in Latin, I want you to know I did write it in Latin, and by BT Dubs, the pun works in multiple languages. So,
Well, let us seal our fate and go and steel ourselves for this mission and go into the vaults.
Mm-hmm.
And when he mentions killing Steel, I'll lean over and go, so Isaac and I have a theory that something may happen to me if Steel dies, but we don't know for sure because I don't know how dark magic works at all. Just saying. And then the door opens.
Yeah, you might be right, Josie. It does require powerful magic. Does require sacrifice of some way.
Huh.
Hide life power.
you push
Keep
the
that in mind.
seal into the indentation. You hear a click, and you turn it to to the right. Click, 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 click. As the doors pop and you see this small, gust of as air begins to transfer back and forth between the two spaces. And Kunani looks at all of you and goes, who's going first?
I want to go first. Kanani, I have a theory that we're not going to be alone soon. That there is a good chance that we've been followed or will be followed. So if you don't want to go in and you would much rather stay out here and man the door. Attack anything that's not friendly that comes close. And maybe even things that are friendly. Because I'm not totally sure what is and isn't friendly right now.
So anyone who's not us, I get to kill.
Yeah.
Cool.
If it's Jacques, please leave him for me to murder.
Or
You can
Isaac.
incapacitate him. Isaac's probably still swaddled.
Probably.
So.
And you just see him reach over his shoulder and pull a large gun in one hand, and then in the other he's got a massive ship's hatchet.
Nice.
I'm just gonna pat his bicep and walk into the room.
Because that's just about the level of your head, isn't it?
Listen, Captain Renata is, a solid 5'10", 5'11". She's a tall lady, but Kanani is still
6'7".
massive. Yeah,
Kanani's massive.
Kanani's a big.
I have a cousin
Kanani is
that's
like
tall. I
Shaq
go
tall.
up to the elbow.
Yeah, I think Josie and Corinne are probably like real tiny. They're like,
He just kind of nods. Do you want me to keep the child with me?
Steve, I'm going to give you an option. Either you get to come into the room with us and potentially use some of your thievery skills, or you can hang out here with Kanani and kill anything that's not friendly.
You mean I'm allowed to steal anything I want?
Within reason.
Define reason.
Couple of exceptions.
I get first crack at it.
if I want it, it's mine.
And if Corinne wants it, it's hers, because I did tell her that she was allowed to do.
I mean, it's always if Lady Corinne wants it, it's always hers. Mm-hmm. She gets first crack.
Okay.
Smile at Steve.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, come in, my boy. Let's see. I want this treasure. Let's get this treasure.
It's the bonding. This is bonding time.
Mm-hmm.
The
Thieving.
door opens. And a skeleton falls at your feet.
Mm.
Slightly mummified. With
Okay.
a large dagger out of the middle of its chest.
Hmm.
I'm gonna just take
Who
the dagger.
did this to you?
Unlucky.
I'm taking the dagger. I want it because it's
I
part
mean,
of
the
the
dagger
treasure.
as you pull the dagger out, you kind of like some of the rib just fall apart.
Yeah, I don't care about the corpse. I care about the dagger. The dagger is the first bit of treasure in this room. However crappy this dagger is to be determined later.
You see, as you look up from this slightly mummified, desiccated corpse, the camera pans up into the opening doors of this low-lit room, and did any of you bring a light source?
We did bring torches.
Torches,
It
yeah.
said
We're going underground, so
yeah.
Your light reflecting off of your torches bounces off of the walls that are slightly damp because, cave. And the moss that's there, you see the glint of gold and jewels piled high into this room beyond your sight.
where is it? It's
We
gonna
should have
take-
brought some things to carry all this.
It's gonna take an eternity trying to find it here.
There's a lot to
Oh,
find here, Corinne. I'm assuming whatever it is you're looking for is here too. But wow.
And Corinne, you just hear in your ear,
What was that again? Sorry.
you just hear whispered in your ear, left, my dear. Look to your left.
at this point, Corinne just kind of like just looks in that direction, just starts walking in that direction.
Aside from the giant pile of gold and gems that are spilling out over this floor,
Mhm.
you look to your left, and there is a large wall with little domed niches and small boxes. There are 6 of them
Ah, there you are.
in rows of 3. So, 2. Yeah, 2 by 3.
Which one has it so close? At this point, I think she's getting a little like she's just a little like it's so close, and she'll grab whatever one's got just to start looking through them.
So Corinne is looking through the locked boxes against the wall. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm looking for anything shiny.
Aside
all
from a
of
massive pile of gold and gems.
I mean, okay, I'm looking for something shiny that isn't just gold and gems. Anything
Okay.
that would stand out from this massive pile of wealth.
All right. There is there's something that glints further into the room. It's above the rest of the pile of gold and gems, but you'd have to walk in all the way into it and find out what's there.
I mean, before getting into the pile myself, I'd use my rapier
There's kind of like there's a little bit of a walkway.
Were you Scrooge McDucket?
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna Scrooge McDuck it.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna get. It's like
I know.
just dive. Ow! Yes.
This is my white whale. I have been waiting for this moment.
If you okay, roll me plus Spitfire, because I want to know.
This is supernatural.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so glad
Please don't die. Jumping into the money bin.
No, I had originally a -1 to Spitfire, and now I canceled it.
Oh,
My one
damn.
good roll is to Scrooge McDuck. Why?
The way
I
it
couldn't
works.
roll good on anything, and the only
Crit,
thing I rolled
perfect.
good on.
Like,
Yep.
So
Scrooge
unlike Scrooge McDuck, where you would know that if you actually dived head first into a pile of money, you'll break your neck. You kind of start doing the breaststroke across this pile of gold and gems, and flip over and do the backstroke, and like just laying out in this fully embracing your hedonistic pleasures at this massive amount of ungodly amount of wealth.
look at the liquor
know
fountain in there. Oh,
I
everything's
have
here.
an actual goal in here, but I think first is just making money angels.
Funny.
Making money angels. I appreciate the making money angels. So Nathaniel, you are working towards what this glinty shiny thing that you saw was. Josie, what you doing?
Uh-oh.
Josie doesn't care a lot about treasure like the rest of the crew does per se. So I think she's kind of just standing around, kicking around. I think she looks again at the skeleton. What clothes does it look like it was wearing?
Kind of generic sailor's clothes, although
Okay.
there was a strange hood on the back of its jacket.
Okay. Yeah, if it was something with, like the barding we keep finding, the Templars.
No, it's definitely not the barding for
Cool.
the Templars that you keep finding.
Cool. All right, some hooded guy, whatever. Don't know. So I think she'll just kind of walk around, see if there's anything not gold or gems. Not necessarily shiny, just looking for things that aren't treasure necessarily. She knows the captain's all about that treasure. She'll leave the captain to it.
Could you roll me stand your ground?
Uh-oh.
Yes, what is that?
It's
What?
blonde with you roll plus bond someone relevant to prevent you from acting on a weakness. In this case, there's something that's trying to draw you literally toward it. in this room.
Okay. So, but what role is it? Is it blood, vinegar, polish, spitfire?
It's bond. You choose someone in this
Bond.
room with
Okay.
whom you have bond
Well,
with.
I
that
have
you
a bond
can-
with Nathaniel, and I have 2, so I'll roll that. 11.
Ooh, 11. You, as you're kind of wandering slightly around, you feel pulled almost aggressively towards the left bottommost of those little locked chests in that left-hand niche wall. You can stop yourself from moving towards it, but you know that that's pulling it towards you. That's where it wants your attention. It wants you to touch it. You feel it pulling against you.
I think she's gonna like put her hands behind her back, and just like squint and lean towards it to see what does the box look like.
It's just a small carved wood jewelry box with a very simple gold latch.
Nathaniel, there's a box, and it wants me to open it. I don't know if I should or not.
Don't.
Okay, would you open it?
I'll come take a look. I'll come back down the walkway and
As you do, you probably about 3/4 of the way towards this item. It's a small crystal vial with a stopper. Kind of looks like a really fancy perfume bottle.
Get it first.
all right, I'll get it first.
So you go up the rest of the way and come back.
Mhm.
Cool. You take it in your hand. It feels oddly warm.
And what color is the liquid inside?
I can't hear you.
What? You can't hear me?
Really?
You can't hear him?
Oh, no, it's me.
Oh.
Oh no.
Did the
Oh
headphones
no.
die?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Drink it.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Yeah, apparently my Zoom decided to reconnect my auditory speakers to a
Oh.
different speakers.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm sorry I did not hear what you said, Nathaniel. My bad, everybody.
It's okay. What color is the liquid inside the bottle?
You can't really see. It's just a cut crystal
Oh, okay.
quartz. It's you see the bottle itself kind of reflects against the light there. You can't really see what any. You know that there's something in there.
You can feel the
You
slush.
just slosh
Mhm.
of it, and you kind of like see the weight of it, but you can't
No, I'll
make
pocket
out
it.
anything through it.
I'll pocket it and I'll go back down to Josie in the box.
So while Josie is waiting for Nathaniel to get back to her, Corinne, you hear again in your head, right.
And she will follow that. She's usually pretty like reserved. Now she's just like full on just like grasping toward whatever thing that she thinks will have this item in it.
You go to the rightmost of these archway of little niches with boxes in them. And you see this, there are 2 on the rightmost. There's one that's very, intricate gold and jewel embellished with a very heavy, little knob figure on the top that looks like a cross and, like a religious medallion. And there's a much more, and then underneath it, there's just a simple carved ebony box
Oh.
with a very heavy lock. And looks like it's been welded shut.
There it is.
Yes. Take it.
Waiting so long for this, and we will be free, and we will be together. And she'll just, without just without delay, just grab this box.
You grab the box. It feels heavy. Like this box is not very big. It's the size, it's the size of a paperback. It shouldn't feel this heavy, but you pull it out and you almost feel like you're going to drop it because it's like holding a 20-pound cannonball in your hands. But then it starts to feel lighter. You feel something almost like lift from underneath your elbows to kind of support you and help you hold this box.
Mm-hmm. She has. This is the happiest, if anyone is paying any attention to her, this is the happiest she's ever looked in her life. She's laughing. It's here. Finally found it. How do we open it?
You have to break the seal.
What kind of seal is it again? Is it on that?
It looks like
welded.
There's a big lock on the front, but it also looks like somebody soldered and welded the two halves of the box closed. They, suspended and belt and suspended this thing. No one ever wanted this box to be opened ever again.
Cue to a smash cut of Corinne just like hitting the box on everything in this room.
She will. She's gonna try something. She's going to take the knife that she always carries on her.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna just grip it and just slice it across her hand, and she's gonna just try and like jam it in the welded spot. This thing.
Use the blood from your hand to jam into the welded seal.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love this. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, ooh.
The magic is not concerning at all.
Roll me plus blood, because it's blood.
All right. Oh boy, I'll use all my luck for that to make that even. Oh boy. Oh no, it's bad.
You go to jam this blood-soaked dagger into this seal, and you are violently thrown back. Like we see Corinne fly backwards onto the pile of money and just kind of land next to Captain Renata in her money angels, and the box just drop and sizzle a little bit.
Corinne, did you want to join me on? I didn't think you cared about money that much. Welcome to the money angels.
She will scream, and I will not be denied. I've come so far.
Oh.
And she'll just get up, bleeding palm on the ground, and just like leap up and like march toward this box. Like her eyes are just full of rage.
Everybody, Corinne's gone crazy in the room.
While that's happening, Nathaniel comes up behind you just at the same moment that we see Corinne, just before Corinne stabs violently into this box.
Mm-hmm.
And Josie's being very diligent with her hands behind her back and not touching anything at all.
It's that box.
I take a look at it. What is it locked with?
Just a simple little jewelry, little tiny padlock that goes in like jewelry boxes or like your diary.
Oh man, one of those tiny padlocks.
It's like it's got a key and it'll keep everything inside from anyone from ever actually getting into it. No. Sorry, spoiler alert for anyone who actually thought that those diary locks did anything.
Oh, you just use a bobby pin, just stick it in there and it opens.
Yeah.
I'll break the lock open. Because I assume it's a very tiny lock, so my thieves' tools probably won't go in.
But you know what you're doing, and so it's easy for you to break this lock or pick it. You know, like you could just like pick it with a knife, the tip of the knife even.
Mm.
You hear it pop open.
I'll just ask Josie. Josie, can you just turn around for a moment?
And I turn around.
I'll open the box.
Inside, there is a small miniature painting, a lock of dark black hair braided with a red ribbon, and a small silver scroll engraved in Hebrew.
Who's on the painting?
It's a young woman dressed in red. Very pretty. Long, dark black hair. No one you've ever seen before. She looks Spanish.
And there's the tiny scroll, and the other one you said was a locket?
Lock of hair.
Oh, a lock of hair. Yeah, with a red ribbon. Okay. I'll close the box and I'll turn to Josie and says, Josie, I think you can turn around. There's nothing bad in the box that I can see anyway. There's a scroll written in Hebrew and a portrait in a lock of dark hair.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know it was in the box. It just really felt like compelled to go over and open it. But I stopped myself and I waited for you in case it was dangerous. Do you think I should look?
I think you should.
I think she does the thing where it's just a peek real quick. And then she opens it up. And looks inside.
Again, you see a long image of a woman, small miniature painting, you know, like little oversized miniature painting. Young, long, dark hair, Spanish. You see this lock of hair tied, braided with a red ribbon. And you see this scroll in a small scroll of silver written in Hebrew.
Do I feel drawn to any of these things like I was to the box?
Definitely feel drawn to that scroll.
I want to look at it, even though I can't read, let alone Hebrew. I want to, look at it.
You pick it up,
Yeah.
and as you do so, everything around you goes black.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
So this is all
Josie-
happening at once with
Uh-huh.
going
And then
psycho over the box.
As Josie goes blank and just stops moving. Just literally just stops, like you took the battery out of the Energizer Bunny. Corinne goes flying across the room. Nathaniel and the captain, you hear a very loud retort of a cannon.
Well,
This is fine.
so everything's falling apart. Great. Nathaniel, can you help me with Corinne? I'm just gonna try to hold Corinne, not because I don't want her to break open her box, because obviously this means something to her, but if she's cutting her hands open instead of trying to think a little logically. I just kind of want to like calm her down for a second, just like hold her by the shoulders, just be like, Corinne, wait.
What?
I don't think this is the time or the place to open this box, and something tells me we need to get out of here now and come back for the treasure. Take the box, but what's wrong with Josie? This is a bad time for this.
Then let me get the box.
You don't need to open it right now. Just grab it and we gotta go.
Corinne, can you roll me stand your ground in front of this compulsion to...
I don't think she would resist the compulsion.
Then
This is what she wants.
you are focused on getting into this box. You are dedicated and focused.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Nathaniel.
Yes.
Josie has stopped. Josie EXE has stopped running.
Is she still holding on to the scroll?
Yes. Tiny little scroll. Tiny, tiny. Almost like a little locket. She's got open.
I will take the scroll from her. And I will put it back in the box. And then I'll try to wake Josie up.
Nothing seems to happen when you put it back in the box. However, when you take it in your hand, something starts to feel warm in your hand. And the pocket that you shoved this perfume bottle, crystal perfume bottle in, starts to heat.
Okay. Huh.
Why are things that you take always like
Burn?
on the verge
Yeah.
of catching fire?
I'll still put the... I'm still putting the scroll back in the box. As
Okay.
fast as I can.
Mm-hmm. You put the scroll back in the box.
Does the bottle cool down?
The bottle starts to cool down the minute you're not touching the scroll.
Okay. I'll go next to Josie and kneel down. Josie, can you hear me?
Josie, for you, things stopped, but at the same time, they didn't. Everyone else around you, it's not what you're seeing, it's not what you're feeling. You're feeling warm, like a nice roaring fire.
Yeah, like I'm standing in like the burning plantation because I'm immune to fire.
Kind of. Or
Cool.
more like standing in a kiln.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That kind of warm and toasty. A little more than a plantation fire. Got it.
A little more than a plantation fire, but it doesn't really
Yeah.
affect you other
Okay.
than feeling warm.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear voices. You hear Ignatius's voice. And then you hear something else. So, little doll, do you want to be a real girl?
Who is that?
One who likes to play. I can make you a real girl.
Hmm. Are you Corinne's demon?
No.
Whew.
What? You don't like Sazaf? He's
Ooh,
quite entertaining.
very scary.
Don't
Are
you
you-
want to play?
You're what is the word? Verbiage is very interesting. Do you use dark magic?
No.
Oh my gosh, this is so attention needy. So, how would you make me a real girl if you don't use that stuff?
Would you like a soul?
Well, people are telling me I've been doing just fine without one, but it would be nice, I guess, to see what everyone else is feeling like.
Your little paramour is very concerned about you.
And I see everything is like kind of frozen, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look very concerned. He looks frozen.
I can do that. I get to do that.
Dark magic.
Why do you assume it's a dark magic?
Is it? There are other kinds of magic that aren't dark magic.
There are so many different kinds of magic.
Oy vey.
See?
What would you people don't just give people things. Captain told me this. People don't just give people things. So if someone asks if you want something, you should ask what they want in return.
I want to see what happens next.
That's it?
That's it.
You want to see me be like a real girl. And if I was like that, Ignatius wouldn't be able to mind control me anymore?
Ignatius cannot use his ties to you to mind control you, or compel you to act like his daughter, or get really upset that you're not his daughter.
Did he have a daughter before me?
Oh, yes.
Did she look like me?
Sort of. You're holding her painting.
Oh. I see. Well. What would Nathaniel think?
Oh, that would be very interesting. I do love the drama here. Did you know why Ignatius hates your Nathaniel so much?
He hates him? No, I did not know why.
And you hear in your head, well, you stepped over his father as you walked through the door. That was Nathaniel's dad.
Well, does Nathaniel know?
I haven't told him. Do you want to tell him? We could do this. I know. And Nathaniel, you're sitting there crying and begging for Josie, and all of a sudden everything else around you stops, and Josie is reacting.
Nathaniel, wait,
You're
that
alive.
was a very sudden shift. Why are you crying?
Because you weren't moving and you weren't breathing. And
I don't do that.
yeah. Yeah.
So there was this voice, and it was talking to me, and it said it wasn't dark magic or Corinne's demon.
Definitely
and it's
not the demon. Definitely not the demon. Sazaf is very nice. I do enjoy his company, but I am not the demon.
What are you then?
An opportunist.
Can you hear? Do you hear this, Nathaniel? Is it just
Yes,
me?
Nathaniel hears.
Okay.
Nathaniel hears me.
Who is
Okay.
this?
You wouldn't see.
Names are so complicated. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. So Nathaniel, I have some bad news for you. This person said that, and I gestured to the skeleton on the floor, was your dad before. Well, I guess he's still your dad even after he got stabbed. But that was your dad, and we stepped over him, maybe on him a little bit accidentally when we walked into the room. And that's apparently why this Master Ignatius still doesn't like you very much at all.
Well, more accurately, he doesn't like the fact that your poor unfortunate father caused the death of his sweet, lovely daughter.
That's her picture in the box.
So we were talking about making Josephine a real girl. What is your
With
opinion?
a soul
I think
and
it'd be
everything.
fun.
I don't know who you are. I don't know where you come from. But I would rather you unfreeze the rest of my crewmates and let us be on our way.
Well, that's one vote from you. But what does Josephine want? Because admittedly, I was talking to her, and this is about her decision. I just brought you in because she wanted an extra opinion.
I did. I said, what would Nathaniel think? And then you were here. If I had a soul, the person who doesn't have a name that they want to give us said that Ignatius wouldn't be able to control me anymore.
She'd be a real girl in everything.
But how do we know that you'd still be you?
Voice. Would I still be me?
To the sense that anyone is still anyone once they go through a change of some sort. I mean, are you exactly the same Josephine that after you started hanging out with Nathaniel as you were before you were killing people because Ignatius told you to?
I guess I've changed some since then. I've been practicing saying no.
It's a very good skill. I support it. I also support causing as much drama with that no as possible.
Nathaniel, I know we don't know this person, but they don't seem terrible or demonish, even if they like the demon, which I'm not so sure about.
I mean, they're enjoyable, they're friendly. And admittedly, that's not true. I will admit that I have one other minor, itty bitty, teeny tiny thing that I would like to ask of you in exchange.
I knew it. I knew there was more than you just wanted to see what happened.
Well, yes, I do want to see what happens, but the want to see it happens requires me to leave this room.
You are stuck in this room?
I'm stuck in Nathaniel's pocket at the moment.
Nathaniel, who do you have in your pocket?
The only thing I have in my pocket is this bottle. And I get the bottle out.
Yes, and would like to get out. I mean, I understand Sezeth wants to get out too.
Are you a genie?
No.
Oh, I've heard of genies in bottles.
They give wishes. I'm just making a deal.
Like a demon.
No. Obvious negotiations, and I'm very up front with everything.
So you want out of a bottle, and you want to see what happens.
Exactly.
What would you do after you're out of the bottle?
Watch what happens.
Why did you get put into the bottle in the first place? How did they get you in a bottle?
You'd have to ask Ignatius Steele and his cohort of Templars.
Oh, I was going to ask if it was Elijah with the J because he's dead.
No, I'm quite sure that Elijah with a J wasn't born when I was put into this bottle. I'm not sure that Nathaniel was born when I was put into this bottle.
You've been in this bottle a long time.
Unfortunately.
What do you think, Nathaniel? Do you think I should become a real girl, or should I stay like I am? I
What-
think there's pros and cons to both of them.
Far be it from me to tell you what to do. It is
Re-
your life. What do you want?
well, I didn't think I really wanted anything, and then Corinne said, "You're not a real person." She didn't say it quite like that, but it felt a lot like that. And I don't know what I want. You and Isaac helped me feel better about not being a real person. Said I was special. But I know you don't like it when Ignatius tries to control me.
Then I would say, do it.
Okay. Is it hard remembering to breathe all the time? And eat food?
No, the food is a little bit complicated, or so I've heard, but the breathing, that's just natural.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't think about it.
really?
Mhm.
Wow. That's good, because you breathe a lot. Like a lot.
So, in that case, I think we're done here. And you feel time restart. And Josie, you feel for the first time ever like you've been punched in the gut and you're gasping for breath as you feel your lungs start to expand outward and breathe in. Everything feels more. You didn't notice it, but you didn't have as many nerve endings before, and now you feel the breeze in this room from the door. You feel the heat.
Yeah, I feel the heat now of the jungle.
You feel the moisture in the air. You feel everything at once. And then you just hear a little laugh and go, well, it would be rude of me to only grant one little present. I should grant two. And Corinne, you feel the box snap in half.
Uh-oh.
And there's a charm. Small bracelet just sitting in the box.
Oh, Corinne.
She will
And
greedily grab it.
the minute you touch it, you see dark black smoke start to wind snake-like up your arm from where you're holding it. It feels comforting, like a lover's embrace, just bringing all the way up around the back of your head, as if just soft and hugged.
She's, I think, actually starting to cry a little bit, like weep. This is what she's wanted for so long. Beloved will be free.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm being entertained by that. And Nathaniel, you hear in your ear, don't forget. You promised to take me out of here, right?
Yeah.
Captain, what are you doing?
Well, now that I've lost control of Corinne, my crew seems to be having some kind of moment. There's a cannon gone off.
Everything's fine. It's fine.
No, everything's not fine. The cannon just went off. We need to... Crew, I feel it is time for us to take what we can carry, perhaps. Well, we might have to come back for everything. I think things are about to go south very fast for us.
I think Josie's gasping on, still, kind of, sitting up a bit, but, the breathing's kicking in, and she's like, I think I underestimated the definition of natural.
I'm just gonna look at her because I don't know what she's talking about.
No.
Weird. I'm just immediately going to reach for, some fancy-looking crown thing, stick it on my head, and be like, let's get out of here. We'll come back for this.
You make your way out
The box.
across. You've got the box. You carry a bunch of things. You make your way across out of this room. Out of curiosity, does anyone step on the dead body the second time around?
Not intentionally.
Josephine doesn't very much.
I'm going to stop and take a look at the body.
It's a desiccated corpse. Very plain, kind of hand-woven. Nothing really distinguishing about it, but you do see... Well, it would be fair to say that Nathaniel has some level of a knowledge of anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be a fair assumption? I mean...
Yeah.
From what you can just observe, the wound in the chest that you pulled the dagger out of, or Renata pulled the dagger out of, was self-inflicted. And it looks like there is a break in the spine.
I'll keep that in mind.
The only distinguishing thing about it that's odd is this oddly shaped and pointed hood on the back of the neck.
Hood?
Hood.
Oh, okay, it didn't, like, it wasn't, like, eaten by anything over the years that it stayed there?
No, the body is partially mummified. The clothes are mostly intact.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the leather hood on the back of this cloak is oddly, strangely shaped, very pointed.
I'll keep that in mind. Is it in good enough... Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave with the others.
Okay. You make your way back. Kunani is standing there still with the gun in one hand and the large ship hatchet in the other, and goes, just lets you know, nobody's been through here, but the cannons are firing.
Yep, things are... I think you're gonna get to do your bit of killing, but I think we have to get back to the ship first. Also, if you want to grab anything before we go, we don't have a lot of time. We need to go.
I'll come back. I'll trust you, Captain.
We're gonna come back for all of this. I want all of this. I also realized that Nathaniel's mother had asked us to get something from here, and I do not remember what it was that she said that she wanted.
It was a little box with the seal on the top, with a little symbol.
Oh, well, guess what we're not getting, everybody? We're not getting that box. We can come back for it, but we're also not getting it.
Yeah, we're gonna go check on what's happening with the cannons, and then we'll come back when it's safe.
There's also a good chance that your mother's not getting her things. But I never had any chance. I never had any intention of actually giving the Liv Tyler S lady.
You have no intention of giving Mother Patience the head of the Gilded Steed and Madam of the Gilded Steed?
I had no intention of it, and currently right now, I think Renata is way more focused, like, what the hell is happening with my ship?
Mm-hmm.
So
And your crew.
And my crew! And, like, you know, Jacques is up there too. But, like, what is going on that the cannons are firing? That is the bigger question, and even though I do want to come back for the thing for Mother Patience, there's a good chance that I might rip her off.
You make your way back through the traps, easily to notice. You have the door that you lay across the pit. You moved another rock in front as you notice that the first one has started to be moved from pressure. You come over and back, and as you crest out, you come to the edge of the beach, and you can see now your ship, the Salty Swallow, and apparently we're calling it the Crusty Baguette, Jacques Cousteau's ship, both firing on a very large Spanish galleon. and you see the guns blazing. And that's where we're going to end for today. And that's the end of season 1 with a cliffhanger. Sorry.
Well, shit.
Snap.
This gon' be interesting.
Wait for it.
Ooh, thank you so much for all the gift subs. Time of gifts. Actually, we're lagging, probably because of that.
But yes, that is where. So, how are we all doing? How are we having?
Doing
Oh, man.
fine.
Good. Everybody got what they want except for the captain.
I got what I wanted. I got to make money angels and Scrooge McDuck. I got exactly what I wanted.
And she got who she wanted earlier that day.
That's
Yeah.
true. I
Yeah.
have accomplished all of my goals except for one long-term goal.
Yeah, your
And that
crew.
could be season 2's problem.
I'm afraid your crew wants like very, very destructive things. Both of them. I'm
Yeah,
not entirely
I
sure
mean-
about whatever the heck we released on both accounts.
We're gonna figure that out next season. But I also have, like I said, I have one long-term goal for next season that I will accomplish next season. It's the only thing I didn't get to do this entire season. It's because we're a little busy.
We released a demon. You got somebody else out of there.
I thought I
Uh-huh.
was gonna have to kill Steve to get this box open.
I would not allow that.
Mhm.
You can kill Kanani first. Even though I love Kanani personally, and I think he should stay forever, we're absolutely going to use him in more adventures, but no one is touching Steve.
Steve
Steve
to be
has-
protected.
Steve has plot armor as far as I'm concerned.
So yeah, thank you so much everyone for hanging out with us every Saturday afternoon for the past 2 months. Thank you so much for all of the follows, all of the gifts, the gift subs, all of the donations, everything. We will be back. I'll let Deirdre let us know more about that in a second. I would just like to thank all of our sponsors: Magen Press, Found Familiar, Roll20. Oof, I was gonna say Roll Familiar, like Roll20. You can check them out using links in chat. You can use code WanderingDM to get 15% off on Magen Press product and 10% off on Found Familiar products. And you should also check out Level Up Dice, our partners through the Diceomancy program, if you're interested in fancy physical dice. You should also check out, if you're interested, our brand new Patreon. Woo! That we have up. We're doing a bunch of stuff with it, building a great community, offering workshops and discussions, and a place to get feedback on the things that you create. If you want to increase your broaden, I should say, your skills as a player, as a GM, as a world builder, as a storyteller in general, you should definitely check that out. We also offer resources for various games in the form of the Encounter of the Month, which right now is still with D&D, but over the next couple of months, we're going to spread out to whatever you, the community, would like to have. Yes, Kitten. Whatever you want to have. So let's go around the table, tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, what do you have going on in your lives. We'll start with Captain Renata.
That's me. Sanders Lableton on Twitch and Twitter. I'm just kind of here lurking in the shadows. Not a whole lot going on. Bummed that this is the end of season 1, but excited to be back for season 2. So thank you all, as always, for including me in this wild and crazy ride. I've had so much fun with all of you, so thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us for the first season. Josie, you're next.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting the opportunity to become a real girl, So that threw me for a loop, and I was like, "Oh shit! What does Josie want? What will she do?" So I was about as Josie was. That was exciting. Yeah, I'm very excited for season 2. You can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, thinking constantly about this and other games that I'm in, online, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. You can find me regular stuff on my channel. But also tomorrow we are back with season 2 of Witcher Crimson and Ash on Salty Sweet Games. And also I will be doing my first session of Zweihander that evening on TT2KB, which will be super fun. I'm very excited. I'm playing such a brat. I'm very excited. Can't wait.
And up next, Corinne.
Hey, I'm Shauna, Flanksters on Twitter. You can catch all the games I play throughout the week and the art that I do. We're in between seasons, so it's gonna be a little bit of break between games for a little while, but there's new art coming and some cool projects coming in there, so keep posting on that. And it was so fun to play with everybody. This is also my first RPG pirate game, so yes. So
Awesome. Thank you both to you and Lindy for agreeing to play in Rapscallion. This was an idea that Deirdre had, so I'll leave the mic up to Deirdre to let us know what's going to happen with season 2 and when it's going to premiere and all that. And also, if you have anything to plug, go right ahead.
Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. I'm glad this little experiment of combining games to tell a new story was a great way to go. I loved building these characters and having all these wonderful backstory points, and literally wove every single character into each other's backstory, and I was excited about it. And I can't wait to see what happened. The spoiler alert for the hashtag for season 2 is, well, you had a cause, and now there'll be an effect. I'm not going to say consequences, because it might be positive things for you, but you've changed the world in multiple ways. And now we get to see how you deal with that world that's been changed and how you deal with it. But we will be back August 7th? Am I correct? I think I'm correct. The first week of August.
I think so.
August 8th.
Yeah.
8th.
Because
August
Gen
8th.
Con.
Because Gen Con. So yes, we'll be back August 8th. We'll even have a revive from unconsciousness Isaac, which will be great to see because he has no idea what the world has gone on when.
just wake up in the middle of a
I'm a real girl.
fight.
Hi, Isaac.
There.
We kind of unlocked some demons, got some treasure and stuff.
Oh, he's the only one that
Fine.
knows about that. Oh no.
Interesting things. We'll have to see. As for me, hey all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter or Prexagorth as Meaphorias. You see me around on Twitch. You can find me on my channel on Tuesdays, usually Tuesdays through Fridays, depending on if Twitch likes me that day or not. We're calling recitation and digressions. Basically, random insights into my head and our discussion and analysis of classical texts. We are going to finish up Book 11 and Book 12 of the Aeneid, and then we'll figure out what else we're going to do, which could be a lot of fun. I almost want to deep dive into a couple things, and we'll see about it. But you can also find me here on Monday, because guess what comes back on Monday? I'm excited. The Contessa Lucrezia Sofia Fioravanti is making her appearance in Venice, and you should all attend as we could bring back season 3 of Castle Falkenstein. And yes, I am excited for this. But other than that, check my Twitter because I post. Oh, one last thing. I have a bunch of games on itch. It's ddonlin at .itch.io. I'm doing a sale bundle of all of my Descended from the Queen games. If you ever bought one of my games or even played one of my games, just leave me a comment, leave me a review, let me know, because I love you all and I appreciate it. And other than that, check my Twitter because I post where I'm going to be, all the fun people I get to hang out with, and all the fun things I get to do, like possibly run some games for Artel Saurian at Gen Con. That's gonna be fun. But other than that, next time, y'all.
Thank you everyone again for coming. We will see you